Okay, good morning, grade 10 Open High School. So, this video lesson is all about types of chemical reactions. So, during your first year in during your grade 7 or grade 8, I know you are familiar with the terms physical change and chemical change. So a physical change is just a state of it's just a change of the states of matter. So for example, from solid to gas, from gas to solid, gas to liquid, that is just a physical change. And when you say a chemical change, it means that there are new substances that are being formed. So for example, kung sunog ka o kahoy. So the new substances there are the ashes or ang mga abo. And it's an example of a combustion reaction. It it has the process of burning. Okay, so this time we will talk about the types of the chemical reactions. And there are five. Basically, there are five chemical reactions in chemistry. You have the synthesis, decomposition, single displacement reaction, and the double displacement reaction, and the combustion reactions. So you need to be able to identify each type. Okay, so let's have synthesis. You have here a carbon and oxygen. So can you see there the plus sign? So it means that carbon is what? It has a reaction between the oxygen. Okay, so we have here carbon plus. So when you say plus, gidugang. So carbon plus oxygen. So why are there two oxygen atom here? Because oxygen exists as a diatomic molecule. So the product is CO2 or the carbon dioxide. Okay, so in a chemical reaction, there are symbols. So first symbol is this plus sign. It means that one reactant here and one reactant. So these are called the left side. Left side, this is your left side. These are called the reactants. So it can have two or more reactants. Then this side, these are called the product. Then this arrow here means yield. So when you, for example, carbon plus oxygen yields carbon dioxide. So that is an example of a synthesis reaction. The general formula is A plus B yields AB. Another example, we have here potassium and chlorine. So when potassium and chlorine reacts, then they can create potassium chloride. So this is an example of an ionic reaction because it has metal and non-metal. So again, this is an example of a synthesis reaction. So potassium and chlorine, then we had the product is potassium chloride. Okay, predict the products. So we have here sodium and chlorine. What could be the product? That is product is NaCl or the sodium chloride, magnesium fluoride for this reactant, and we have aluminum fluoride. So we will not talk more about how these products are being predicted since taas na kaayo siya. But the technique here is to just have, or the rule here is just have to crisscross the charges of these atoms here. So maybe if we have more time, then I can discuss it with you. Okay, then another topic is this balancing. So later pa na siya. Okay, next type of a chemical reaction is a decomposition. So decomposition is just the opposite of a synthesis reaction. So as you can see, the formula is AB yields A plus B. So for example is um, chlorine and sodium, di ba? Naman tay reaction ganiya nga sodium and chlorine or the sodium chloride. And in the decomposition, what will happen is that kaning si si sodium o si chlorine magbulag sila. So, na-separate na si chlorine and sodium. So, decomposition reaction is just the opposite of a synthesis reaction, right? So, the formula for synthesis is A plus B yields AB, while for decomposition, the formula is simply AB yields A plus B. So, this is just the opposite of the synthesis reaction. So, we have here mercury oxide yields mercury and oxygen. So, nagbulag na si mercury and oxygen. Single displacement. So we have here an example. We have zinc plus copper chloride. So when you say single displacement, na ay isa ka. Kani si zinc, iyang gi pulihan si copper. So ang na-partner na dayon ni zinc ay ni chlorine is name mo na si zinc. Okay? So, ano siya? These are the reactants. We have copper chloride plus zinc. Si zinc is a metal. So, ang iyang dapat lang pod ma-replacean is ang metal. So, gipulihan niya si copper which is ang first na partner ni chlorine. Then, ang wala na dayo partner dari kay nahimo na dayong si copper. Okay, so kung ato siyang i-apply sa ato ang kuan is for example lang ha. So first dari kay ang magka-relationship pa si copper ug si chlorine. Okay. So ang walay partner kay si zinc. Ang product si ang nagpartner na dayon kay si chlorine ug si zinc. So ang wala na dayon partner kay si copper. So the formula is AB plus C yields AC plus B. Again, si metal, ang iya lang pwede pa ma-replacean kay si metal. Okay? So, dili pwede nga mag-partner po ang duha ka metal. So, metal and non-metal. So, zinc was oxidized, went from neutral 0 to positive 2. And copper was reduced, went from positive 2 charge to neutral 0. Okay, the single replacement reaction. So, for example, we have here lithium and hydrogen. Water rather. So, what will happen here? Na-replace ang usa ka hydrogen. Ang na-partner ng lithium kay si oxygen na og si hydrogen. And the other hydrogen, siya ang nag-lahi. So, this is another example of single replacement reaction. So, another example, we have chlorine and sodium. So, si sodium, yang gi-replacean si fluorine, sodium chloride plus fluorine. The new partner of fluorine is sodium. Okay. So, single replacement reaction. For double displacement, we have here double na. So kung sa single replacement reaction, isa lang ang nag-replace. For double displacement, duha na ang nag-replace. So the general formula is AB plus CD yields AD plus CB. So nagpuli-puli na silang tanan. Okay, so for example here in our reactant, the partner of magnesium here is oxygen. So what happens sa product? Yan ay mong partner kay si sulfur. Okay? So, si calcium po dere, yung partner kay sulfur, pagabot dere, yan na rin partner kay si oxygen. So, naimo rin siyang magnesium oxide plus calcium sulfide yields magnesium sulfide plus calcium oxide. So, their general formula is AB plus CD yields AD plus C. So, the bubble displacement reactions, think about like foiling in algebra. So, mo ni sa inyong math. First and last ions go together, and inside ions go together. So, this is an example of a double displacement reaction. So, silver nitrate plus sodium chloride yields silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. So, ang partner na ni silver dari is si nitrate. But, pag-abot sa product, ang partner na ni nitrate kay si sodium. And then, ang partner ni silver kay si chlorine na dahil. Okay, so, just for an input, kani mga gagmay nga numbers dere na tapad sa 3, tapad sa oxygen, sa potassium, sa oxygen, these are called subscripts. And what does this subscripts indicates? Means that in this molecule, for example, the sodium nitrate, there are 3 oxygen atoms, 1 nitrogen, and 1 sodium. Then, pag natay coefficient na rin, we call it coefficient 2, it means that there are 2 potassium atoms, 2 2 nitrogen atoms, and 6 oxygen atoms. Why? It will be multiplied 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Okay. Next, or the last type of chemical reaction are the combustion reactions. So kung example ganiha, na ay when it has process of burning, na ay burning, then it's called a combustion reaction. So we have here the fire triangle. So ang fire is dili siya mo exist if wala niyang tulo ka elements. So there's the elements of a fire: the oxygen, fuel, and heat. So this is also called burning. In order to burn something, you need three things in the fire triangle. So the fuel, oxygen, and something to ignite. This one. Okay, so in a combustion reaction, it is very simple to predict. Why? Because the products will always be carbon dioxide and water. So combustion is used to heat homes and run automobiles. We have octane, as in gasoline, is C8H18. So example, we have a hydrocarbon plus oxygen yields carbon dioxide and water. So ang tawag ani nila is hydrocarbon. Okay, so again, there are the 5 types of chemical reactions. So after this topic, I will be discussing to you on how to balance a chemical reaction. That would be all. Thank you.